Hi, everybody. It's Dawn coming to you with another episode of Out of the Spiritual Closet. And for this week, I wanted to talk to you about limiting beliefs and unconscious loops. Those are some words that are really being thrown around in the spiritual communities a lot lately, and myself included, talking about what they are and how you can move through them. In fact, I just co hosted a challenge to help people to release limiting beliefs. And we're going to be having a workshop based upon that coming up on the 25th of November at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. So if you'd like to attend that event, we are still selling tickets for that. I will put the links below this in the text copy. So if you're interested, pop on over. You can also check out the Facebook page called Magnetic Heart Challenge. And it is a open page where you could see what our next challenge is going to be. And then we have some advertisements for the workshop there. Okay, so that was a long intro. Sorry about that. But I did want to share that with everybody. So for this week, I wanted to talk to you about limiting beliefs and unconscious loops. So limiting beliefs, what are they? Where do they come from? And how do we release them? So a limiting belief is typically a unrecognized thought that is forcing you unconsciously, that unconsciously leads you into an action or an inaction. So it's based upon things said to you or shown to you during your lifetime or expressed without actual words or actual actions, but it's understood maybe in your family. And I'm going to give you some examples of some limiting beliefs. Okay. And I don't believe in any of these. So I'm canceling all of them even before I say them. But here's one that a lot of people have, and it's they'll never be able to obtain what they desire because every time they get close, XYZ happens. Or because I am a single mother, father, I don't have the resources physically, financially, emotionally. Another limiting belief is that in order to make money, you must work hard. I don't believe that one either, right? Because some of the most well-paid people don't actually work the hardest. They may have worked hard to get where they're at, but I wouldn't say in the common day that they work harder. In fact, most CEOs will tell you that they work, the higher up you go into like a corporation, the less they work. But neither here nor there. Cancel, release, any of those, because I believe that we can easily attract all that we desire to us, that it doesn't have to be a struggle. Another one is someone had expressed this to me during the challenge, that if they took, then others wouldn't have any. And that's a big one because we don't want to be greedy, right? We don't want to be selfish, but there is unlimited resources in this world. I know it doesn't feel like that at times, but truthfully, there is enough for all of us if none of us are greedy, right? But so that's one of those limiting beliefs. There's another one that all healing services should be free. All spiritual healing services should be free. So a lot of spiritual healers, readers, intuitive psychics, mediums, all that, they have a really hard time charging for it. And my take on that one is that is a very limiting belief because everybody should be compensated for the service that they provide. It may not always be monetary, but a healer or spiritual worker that is not well compensated, doesn't have an even energy exchange, will burn out. Okay. So I say nay to that one. How about And this is when I was guilty of saying to my children, you know, work isn't supposed to be fun. You shouldn't have a good time at it. That's why they're paying you. It's a job. Well, no, why can't it be fun? You be good at it and you get rewarded for it financially. Okay. So that was a limiting belief that I was guilty of in the past because that is what I was raised under. And that's what I believed, and that's how I lived my life. No wonder things went a little astray for me at different times. Um, so those are all limiting beliefs. So let's talk a little bit about an unconscious loop. And I struggle to explain some of these, so I did ask my team, and they said to explain an unconscious loop is like a behavior where you keep doing the same thing, even though you're not getting the results you want. And it's almost like once again, it's a subconscious um, action, but then you notice that, oh, that didn't feel good. So let's use love for an example, right? Say you want to become settled down and, maybe start a family, whatever, get a significant other and start on a life path together. Okay. This is no shade to anything, but I don't know that typically you're going to meet that person on Tinder, right? Typically, when you're going on Tinder, at least that's what the kids tell me, it's for something else. It's not to build a long-term relationship. So if I was really looking for a long-term relationship, I would look for X, Y, and Z. I would look in certain locations. So, that's one example of not not understanding that I'm in a loop. Well, I may believe that that's all I'm worthy of right now. I may believe that I'm too broken to start a full-fledged relationship. So an unconscious loop is if I just go over here, then possibly I'll be good enough for somebody, something like that. Another unconscious loop we can get into is especially with family and close friends, right? We put up a wall or a boundary, but then they need assistance. So we go and run to their aid because that's what we've been unconsciously doing. But maybe this is somebody that hasn't treated you right, right? And somebody that you're trying to rework the relationship. However, when we are sending out one signal but wanting something else, we're not going to get the result we want. So we're in an unconscious loop that I must always go rescue my friends and family in order to be considered loved and valued to them. So that would be that unconscious loop. Cancel, cancel, release. You'll see me doing that throughout this whole podcast. So, just some food for thought. Is there a limiting belief that's stopping you from aligning your life the way that you want it to? Or is it maybe an unconscious loop? Is it something that's been pre programmed in there? Um, they're both pre programmed pretty much, but is this something else? Is it an unconscious loop? So limiting beliefs and unconscious loops are really similar in they keep you stuck in old thoughts, old situations, old energy, even though that's what you no longer desire. So by breaking free of those limits and of those loops, we are able to help you to get on a path that's aligned with the life you're trying to create. So let's say that eventually you want to become a doctor, right? But right now you're only doing you are doing something like, let's say you're working in a retail environment for right now, but you're saying I want to get to be a doctor, right? But it's really hard. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. How am I going to fit it in? Well, by getting rid of the releasing that limiting belief that I don't have enough time or money to ever move from retail to being a doctor would be, well, yes, if I break this into chunks, I do have enough time, right? I have enough time to do 6 classes over the course of a year. It's only going to be 2 a semester, but I do have time. It's going to take me longer to get over here, but I can get there, right? Different things like that. So I hope this has spurred your thinking in some way, shape, or form. If I've confused you more, I apologize. I would suggest, if I confused you, let me know and I will try to clarify it, definitely. But if you are interested in going deeper into this, I would highly endorse the workshop that Morgan Rockwell and myself are hosting on November 25th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. It is a paid event and we do have tickets for sale. The event is priced out at $111 right now. So go ahead and check it out if it's something you're interested in. We moved some terrific energy during the challenge. Many of the participants in the challenge were quite surprised with the results, myself included, with the answers that they came up with, and then how they were able to move forward a little bit. So I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, Dawn Latwis. You can contact me at angelsinthehouse111@gmail.com or at any of my links down below. Thank you so much and have a great day.